Hi, I'm Mark Taylor, and it's time for the Mark Taylor Show. This week's guest is Bill Conley. How you doing, Bill?
Boy, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, I guess we've talked many times we've talked on the radio years ago, and now here we are face to face.
Yeah, I said when I came in here, I thought maybe you'd cut your teeth on this with me, but you had done this before.
Yeah, I did. I've done this is the second time around. I think I did it back in '99, 2000, did it in Penfield.
Yeah.
About a 10-show gig. So yeah, this is actually a few more gigs than I have done before.
You did a show with me every morning.
Yeah, when you were at the Tide, when the Tide first started, 98.1 the Tide in St. Stephen. Yep. Carl Beanie used to do one as well down in Blacks Harbor.
That's right.
And then I did one.
I can't remember, how the heck did we get you on?
I don't know. I think you said you read my.
No, I know.
You read the Courier, I think.
You read the Courier, and I remember. I think I got a hold of you before we even signed on.
Yep.
And my news director then, Kelly McGee. Remember Kelly McGee?
Yes. Yep.
Our boss then at that time was George Ferguson. He was always saying, we got to keep things local. Best thing is go to the papers, check things out. And everyone kept telling me about your article about the space dudes and stuff, the Bat Boy and stuff, Bat Child. So I never knew about it.
Yeah.
So Kelly McGee gave me the paper. I'm reading it, going, oh yeah, let's see if we can get this guy.
Yeah, we used to do it. I think it was every day. Actually,
every morning.
And
was it like 6:45 or something?
Yeah, we used to actually throw in some local announcements. If somebody had a benefit show or something going on, we threw that in. A lot of it was nonsense, but hey, it's whatever.
I lived on that for years.
Speaking of which, let's get one out here.
Well, yeah, the Bat Child.
Yeah, just in case people are wondering what it was.
He got his material from a great established thing called the Inquirer, National Enquirer.
Weekly World News.
Oh, dear.
Weekly World News, the reliable stuff. This was a Bat Boy living in a cave.
It's the first one on your left, you go to a cash register at the grocery store.
Exactly. I don't know if they have them anymore, but
I look for them all the time.
Yeah,
I don't see them.
I don't think they do. I think maybe they've just gone to the internet. So, anyway, you're going back into the radio biz. We'll go back to the radio biz. So you were. You were. I thought that your first shows were on the WQDY in Calais, but you actually had started before that. Where did you start out?
Started in Bangor, Maine.
Okay.
Because in I gotta remember the year, 1985. From 82 to 85, I was DJing dances. People from Blacks Harbor, St. George, would be my age, maybe even your age.
Yep.
Remember those dances, maybe.
Right.
And I decided I'm going to radio. So I'm what they call a dual citizen. I was born in the States. I've got Canadian citizenship too.
Right.
Both. So long story short, I found a location in Bangor, Maine that taught communications. I went to Hudson College and went there, and that's where I cut my teeth and started radio there.
Yep.
So I actually had worked in a couple locations before coming to QDY. The vast majority of my years, 26 years of radio, was there.
Right.
So people around here think, well, he just always worked here.
Right.
But actually, I worked in Bangor, WKIT, WHSN. I worked at WHOU in Holton, CJCJ in Woodstock, New Brunswick.
Yeah.
C100 in Halifax.
Okay.
So, and then of course there was QDY in Calais, CRQ in Calais, and the Tide. Not in that order.
No, you jumped around a little bit there, but...
Well, that's radio.
Yeah.
I mean, the first part of that's the thing. See, people only saw me after I got settled in. Like, when you do radio then, it's different now, because radio is not what it was. We talked about this off air.
Yes.
When you first started in radio, they always said, I used to always hear this from all the old dogs that were in it before, you got to pay your dues.
Yeah.
Pay your dues meant you got to work for peanuts, and you got to work terrible shifts, and you're going to probably have to move around a lot.
Right.
So that's what I did.
Yeah. Well, you were the morning man, which usually a 6 a.m. start.
At the Tide?
Well, all over the places. Usually, if the morning is usually 6, right?
See, when you think about it, when I worked at QDY and at CRQ, either one, when I did mornings, I never liked to think about it in American time.
Right.
Because you'd be on at 5 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Because that hour difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So when people say, what time do you get up in the morning?
Hard to go to bed, I would think.
No, I would say, I would think in Canadian.
Right.
Because I'd be getting up at 4:45 in the morning. But if I want to think of the American end of it, oh my God, 3:45 in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's early.
When I retired from radio in December 2012, people asked me, "Do you miss it?" I said, "Well, the time was right to be done. You know, it comes, you just know it's right.
Right.
I'll say one thing I don't miss is those 445s.
No, for sure.
And that was through sand, snow, sleet, slush, other S words. It didn't matter. You had to be there.
You can't miss them. I mean, you can't miss it either.
Yeah.
So people are counting on
That's
you,
right?
So,
yeah.
So you started out with the 45s. I guess we talked about that.
Yeah.
You started with the 45s. Did you ever have them skipping on around on you?
Are you kidding? Well, what you used to get when you worked in radio, you had to check your 45, especially the ones that were current. You're playing a lot,
right?
Because you get what's called cue burn. Because people don't realize when you put the needle down, you don't have it on air.
Yeah.
You've got to turn it slow until you hit the music, then you cue it back a quarter turn.
Yeah.
And disc jockeys, radio announcers are the nervous bunch I've ever seen. Usually they're jacked on caffeine. They'll find it. They'll almost look a scratcher, like a rapper, and you're doing this kind of motion. Well, that diamond stylus is eventually digging a groove in it. You actually get what's called a cue burn, and you can hear it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did vinyl. We did that, and it was vinyl/tape, and then it metamorphosized into CD. That was around the late 80s.
Yeah.
And I think I was telling you off the air, I worked at a station in Holt. We proudly said to everybody who listened, we're the first station in Aroostook County, Maine to go all digital music, CD.
Yeah.
And then, it was into the 90s. Because they had automation even as early as the 70s, but there were big tape machines that worked on switches and whatever. Yep. But you still had to really automation was clunky, it was messy. But when computers came in, with software where you could put your voice in there and everything clean, the industry started to realize, we can cut back on staff.
Yeah, because one guy do 2 shows or anything like that.
And radio today, and I see people. I still visit with folks at QDY.
Yep.
It's a dinosaur, because what I mean is, look at what you have.
Right.
I have a cell phone in my pocket. You get music on that. Your phones. You get satellite radio.
iPods, whatever.
Everywhere.
Thousands of songs on an iPod.
Local radio, local programmed radio, is small percentage now. I mean, my gosh. I mean, you listen to any radio around here, whether it's here or St. John, you can tell when it's automated.
Oh yeah. Well, there's when you hear
the morning man on at night, you're going like, yeah, right, sure.
I don't think you're
popping
doing it.
no-dos all day long. Oh, can't talk, coming down. I mean, like that's not real. But it's hurt radio.
Oh yeah, for sure. So you've noticed a lot of changes over the years.
Not always good.
Was there ever, like you played all different genres of music? Yep. You played classic rock. You played top 40, country, everything. Yep. Was there one that you liked more than others, or you kind of liked it all? I mean, I can't imagine you liked every song you played.
Well, no more than. But you know what it is? When you're doing radio, you don't. It's going to sound crazy. You develop that, what I call, everyone talks about the third eye.
Yep.
That's what people talk about, psychics, or the Eastern philosophy, the third eye is perception. You develop a third ear. What I mean by that is, you have to, it's going on around you, but you're paying attention, but you're not. So the music's going, it just becomes an event, a series of events.
Okay, I see. Well, so you never if you can, there must be songs that when they're hot, you get tired of them, right?
But there's but you just tune it out.
Right.
But what would happen is, when I got home, I didn't want to hear any music.
Yeah, no.
So if we were in the car, my wife Kelly, and she wanted to turn the radio on, click, I turn it off. And she said, what are you doing? I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
But she's worked all day, and she wants to hear a tune. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Have you gotten over that now?
Oh yeah.
You say now you don't mind listening to music now?
I don't even think that I would listen to it with a calibrated ear. What I mean is I could, that person did that right. It's just on. I do listen to music.
Right.
Music was always my life. This is funny. This is the truth.
Right.
I mean, for years before radio, I DJ'd, and then I DJ'd dances. When I say DJ, I mean mobile DJ. I did it even during the time I was mornings at QDY. My mom told me when I was like 2 and 3 years old, I'd carry around a record, an old 78.
Right.
I couldn't get it in my hands, I'd cry. So I must have been meant to do that.
Yeah.
Or else I got some psychological issue.
Well, yeah. So when you were doing the radio business, the stuff, when you were doing all the stuff, did you have the martial arts going on at the same time?
I like to say that I've done martial arts longer than radio or been married.
Okay, so you did martial. You were in the martial arts
37 years
when you were in high school, right?
Yes, 1978, Blacks Harbor School. Nelson Levine was the teacher.
was. I thought he was the guy that.
Yeah, October 29th was a Tuesday, cold and windy.
Right before Halloween.
Yeah. In fact, the next Thursday we couldn't have karate because it was Halloween.
Right.
And I started with that, and that really in 1978, and I've been doing it ever since. But I've been very, very, very blessed to have been able to train many different masters and things, different styles. I mean, it's now karate, it's Tai Chi, and internal kung fu is Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's art.
Okay.
I studied Aikido, lots of stuff Steven Seagal made famous in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
So you've gone from being a student, and you've gone full circle. Now you're one of the teachers, obviously.
Yeah,
you get in school now, because I guess we go schools because when we go back. When you get out of the radio business, you just kind of said, was it hard to leave? Like, was it something that you've been contemplating for a while?
Yeah.
Because it's hard to leave the comfort of a paycheck.
Well, but you see, at the time that I was doing radio, I was wearing multiple hats. I was doing radio.
Right.
I was teaching martial arts, and I was also a law enforcement officer. People going, what?
Oh, yeah.
Because in 2002, when I was working for CRQ,
right,
I left the ties here. They had a downsize. They were a huge corporation. I got laid off. I got into law enforcement.
Okay.
In the States, went to police academy. 39 years old. Sir, yes, sir. With kids, 21.
Yeah.
So that was the thought process. Then was to do it full time. That's how I started. Then radio called me back.
So yeah, because CRQ got bought.
QDY. But my chief, who was a very close friend of mine, then Chief Joseph Barnes, of Pleasant Point Police Department, the Passamaquoddy tribe down by Eastport. Right. I asked him then, I said, look, if you want to pull me out of the academy, go ahead. He said, no, we'll use it for part-time. We always need help.
Right.
So, yeah, so I was doing all that. So when you say that I know, you just know when it's right.
Right.
And I've got 7 different operations going.
Right. Okay. Well, it's
both sides of the border.
Yeah. Was it not how many days a week?
4.
4 days. Is it all evenings or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, on Monday, I have an after-school karate program in Woodland, Maine.
Okay.
At the elementary school.
So what are the different levels of martial arts? Like there's belts, right? Is that the
Correct.
color of the belt? So
in karate, yeah. I mean, a lot of systems are different. Like in Chinese systems, sometimes they don't use any ranks at all. It just goes by you just know who the boss is. That's the one that kick your butt. But other thing, use sashes. In karate, it's belts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're into all the. Did you say karate? And what was the other ones that you mentioned?
Tai Chi, Chuan, and internal kung fu are the ones that I'm teaching now.
Okay.
Okay. But the other stuff that I've had a background in, I kind of meld into it. You're going to see it too.
Okay.
I had an instructor a number of years ago who was the first Caucasian student for Bruce Lee, James DeMille.
Okay. Wow.
So I've really been lucky. I mean, I hope to live a little longer, do some more.
Well, who grades you? I mean, obviously, if you're going to be a teacher, it's kind of like you got to go to a university before you start teaching.
The last test I went for was in 2011, and it was an eighth degree black belt in Windsor, Ontario. And I've had my old teacher who splits time between California and Okinawa, Master Ehachi Ota. He's a 9th. We actually brought him to St. Stephen.
Okay.
I mean, I'm at a rank now where there won't be any more.
No. Okay. You're pretty well. You hit a plateau.
There's a lot of politics. That's one of the worst inventions of mankind is politics, I think, and it's inundated in a lot of stuff everywhere. So, I mean, I've carved out a niche. I've paid my dues.
Exactly.
Again.
Yeah.
And I've got a great operations, great staff, great students, and I'm at the rank now where I don't need to be directly tied with anybody.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's where it's at.
So there's then of course there's what you never mentioned was Taekwondo, which is another thing altogether, right?
Yeah, which I never sometimes people thought I did take that, but I didn't.
Okay.
I just know people in Taekwondo.
And you mentioned Kung Fu, right?
Yeah, internal Kung Fu and of course the Jeet Kune Do. Yeah.
Which is it? I mean, do you watch the Kung Fu? I mean, you must have grew up watching Kung Fu, right?
Yep.
David Carradine and those guys. So the kind of watch those shows. Do you like Jackie Chan and guys like that? Do you like those kinds of things?
Well, yeah, but it's like anything else. It's TV.
Yeah. How is it an accurate portrayal of?
No,
it's not.
No, but no more than using my law enforcement background is CSI Miami or whatever those shows. It doesn't work that way.
No.
It's like when I remember I used to sometimes watch Cops or something with my wife.
Yeah.
And an arrest would happen. I'd say, do you know how much paperwork's involved with that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of paperwork. They don't just do that and then go back out and then go home. You're going to spend on one arrest maybe 2 hours on paperwork.
Yeah.
They don't show that.
No, gosh, no.
So yeah.
So there's obviously there's the self-defense part of it
Absolutely.
as well. It's basically to prevent yourself from getting your butt kicked.
Well, that's how it was created. I mean, like it was created so the weak can defend itself against the strong. And
there's some self-discipline as well
Absolutely.
that goes along with that. Is what if I came to you and I said, Bill, I just want to go around beating people up?
I would show you the door.
So have you run into that? Obviously, you must have over the years. You must have run into. What I thought of was maybe if a kid was being bullied at school.
Well, I get that. I
was going to say, does that enter into it?
Yeah, it does. And I oftentimes say, bring me the ones that are doing the bullying too, because they're not bad.
No.
There's something going on.
Yep.
And the students know where I'm at from day one about what it should be used for, and they also understand that there's a line that I draw, and it's not a weak line. If you cross it, you're gone.
Right.
Okay.
So what do you find out that somebody's going around beating people up, or if you don't hear about it?
It's a small community.
Yeah.
I have friends in law enforcement, and I teach at all the public schools. I know all the principals.
Okay.
So you tell, and there's Facebook, and there's everything else. So you may not hear everything, but.
So you've encountered that, I guess.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, people are people.
Yeah.
I'm going to make mistakes. Sure, you have, and you have to deal with it.
Yeah. So it's not unknown or unheard of that somebody would just think, I'm going to get into martial arts so I can, be a better fighter, or if maybe I'm playing hockey.
There are avenues for that.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, you
go boxing if you want to go.
Or MMA, and I'm not dissing MMA, but it's designed to be a combative sport. We can go in there and actually compete. I teach a traditional martial arts.
Right.
In that I don't really teach the sports side of it. Though I support any students that want to go to tournaments, great. But I don't go up front and say, we have to do this.
Okay.
I look at that as being one facet of the thing, not the whole.
Yes. Okay. So I guess we've talked about the radio. You think that's probably? Are you still doing DJs? DJing?
No.
You're completely
martial arts
now altogether.
Yeah.
So is there? So you have people that come and grade the students, or do you grade them?
I can.
Now that you're
with my other, I have black belts under me.
Right.
So we put together a test board.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, at my rank now, 7th degree black belt, I can do it. Right. I mean, the highest rank under me right now is a very close friend of mine, Bill Adams. He's 4th.
Okay.
So I mean, and Dan, I had a little kid ask me one time, this a few weeks ago, because one of my belts I wear has the Dan stripes on it. He looks at that, and my title is Shihan.
Right.
Sensei means everyone thinks sensei means teacher. It doesn't. It means to come before.
Okay.
It means I've been here before. Follow me.
Right.
Shihan means leader of many.
Okay.
And that applies if you had a lot of schools. You wouldn't reach that rank if you didn't have a lot of schools.
Right.
So I had one kid ask me, Shihan, he's a little guy, what do you got to do to get all those? He's got to be very old.
Yeah.
It's a white in there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. What is the range of people that you have
in age?
Yeah.
Well, I take karate kids as young as 3.
Okay.
I have a program for that called Little Dragons. And then in my Tai Chi class, I have one young woman who, if you ask her age, she'll say none of your business.
Okay.
So she's up there.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the martial arts really is designed for any age.
Okay.
Because you learn how to use your body, biomechanically speaking. You don't have to have muscular strength or even the ability of youth. It's all based on physics.
So you don't go around, you break boards and stuff
everyone
like that?
goes through that phase. I did 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do it in the class. We don't have to do that. Some schools do. That's fine.
Yep.
I always worry about that, having kids do it, because I'm always afraid of them hurting themselves, because, I mean, you don't want that happening.
No.
But everybody at some point in time does it. I mean, I think my dad, God rest his soul, when I lived in Black's Harbor, the little doorstep up in front of his trailer, he used some of the blocks. I used to prop things up. I did that then, but I mean, I did it later on. Everyone does that phase to give it a try.
Did you paint fences and stuff?
Wax on, wax on?
Yeah.
Probably not for any reason for the martial arts.
So you grew up in Black's Harbor and you went to Fundy High.
Yeah, 1981 I graduated.
Yeah. So did you go? You went through the school and everything. Yeah. And you were obviously already into martial arts. Did you encounter fights and stuff? Do people figure, oh well, I must try this guy. He's got martial arts. I'll try him out. Did you run into that?
Yeah, and I mean, let's not forget that when I used to DJ, I used to police my own dances, and then of course in law enforcement.
Yeah. I was gonna say you would run into that as well. People that would know that you were going to.
But you know what? A lot of it is people only. It depends on how you carry yourself.
Yep.
I always use a predatorial line that, you know, when you look at a wolf pack, they're following a deer herd. They don't pick the strongest one.
No. So they probably got a sense.
Well, it's how you carry yourself. When I worked in law enforcement, everyone at Pleasant Point, the Native Reservation, had nicknames. The cops didn't always have good ones.
Yeah.
But my nickname was Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay.
Because, and not because I was hurting people, but it's how it's like firm and fair.
Right.
And if there's no negotiation in your voice, and
people get the message.
They sense it.
Yeah.
And if you treat them fairly too, you don't disrespect anybody.
No. So when you're doing that sort of thing, as far as policing and everything, you must run into people who know you, obviously.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. Because again, I never worked in a large city, so everybody knew everybody.
And so I had Stan Smith on here a little while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Stan used to be a policeman in St. George.
Oh, boy, tin can dances.
Yeah, so Stan was telling me that he would encounter people who he knew as well. So, but he used to kind of run it the way he used to run it was, don't make a fool of me. I'll give you a shot. If you're out carousing around, you're a kid or whatever, get out of town. And you're not going to cause me any trouble in here. And basically, if you come back and you squeal the tires or whatever, you're going to have me to deal with.
That's
so
right.
Is that the same?
Yeah, you have to. It's like you used to always. When I worked in Calais for the last few years, they always wanted me around for the festival beer tent. I had my duty was control and extraction.
Right.
I got to drive around the cruiser, and they call me in when somebody to go, or I back up the primary units that are doing something. And I dealt with a guy giving the table a hard time, and he was, a little bit over a little drinking.
Right.
And there was other officers in the entryway. So I walked over, and he started giving me mouth. I said, "Hey, you watch TV? Yeah. You ever watch Cops or CSI? Yeah. Ever see the cops lose? No.
Yeah, because you get backup. If it,
that's right.
One thing, you got all kinds of things at your disposal.
It's like kicking over an anthole. You might, step on a few ants, but they just keep on coming. I mean, you're not doing yourself any good.
No, that's for sure. Well, it's you've done a number of things. I mean,
a little bit.
Did you do anything before you get into the DJ business? Did you have any summer jobs or anything?
Connors Brothers.
You used to. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you work in the factory?
Yeah, a wet end.
Okay. That's where you paid your dues there too, I guess.
Downstairs in the wet end, in the freezer, down the cold storage. You got down there. At the time, my brother Glenn was a foreman down there.
Okay.
And my dad worked on the Bader line. My mom worked down there too.
Okay.
So but I think it's not what it is today.
No, gosh, no, nothing is. I guess now we've already talked about the radio business.
But we know when I was a kid, when you were a kid, and subsequently
I worked there in the summers as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
And subsequently a generation or two after us.
Yeah.
There was always summer work.
Yeah.
And the people who had full-time work had it.
Yeah, that's right. Now there's barely enough work for full-timers.
It's very hard.
I guess we're going to be wrapping this up very soon. I know it goes by really fast, but I was wondering if you have advice to anybody who's thinking about getting into martial arts. If you're looking at it and saying, geez, maybe I could give that a shot. Is there something you would, come and try it and see how?
Well, I'll give the same advice that I would if they're interested in law enforcement or if they're interested in radio or whatever, is all those environments have an avenue for people to come in and see it.
Yeah.
I mean, even radio, you can come in and do an internship.
Right.
Law enforcement, all you got to do is speak to the shift director or police chief or whatever level that they were talking about, and you can go on a ride along.
Right.
Same with martial arts. I mean, my operations, I give the first free month free.
Okay.
First month is free. Okay.
And if you come in and this is not for me, then
you're not
getting paid.
But you're there for a month too, so you either know or you don't after a month.
Yep.
So that's the best thing. I mean, usually there's something that drew you to it.
Right.
Whatever it was, if it was radio or whatever, or DJing dances, it was music, or you liked the being around the people, you liked the music. If it was martial arts, something got you. We talked about TV, whatever.
Exactly.
If it's law enforcement, again, it could be something. But all those avenues is to, or seek someone out that you know that's doing whatever it is you're interested in. Talk to them.
Where are your schools at? You're up on
Baileyville, Maine, like I said. Then I'm in St. Stephen, St. Andrews, St. George.
Okay.
Mondays and Thursdays in St. Stephen, and then Tuesdays in St. Andrews, and Wednesday in St. George.
Okay, Fundy High?
St. George Legion.
St. George Legion,
Jimmy Hanley.
Okay, yes,
yeah,
okay.
Sets me up.
So I guess...
And Edith, don't forget his wife.
Right, exactly. So one thing I'm wondering about, you must get to sleep in a little bit now, or do you...
I do. 9 o'clock, 8:39.
Yeah, you're not in
And my
any hurry
German
to get
Shepherd loves it, because he's like, holy cow, Dad's here all the time. Like, I mean, you know, he's in the morning taking for a walk, we go whatever. But you know, it's funny. You think when you get rid of this stuff, you're going to have all these gaps of time.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're in a mud hole, you push it apart, the water finds a way to seep back in. I'm still as busy as ever.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how I did it when I did all the other stuff, and I don't think I did it very well.
Well, I had Mark Downey on here, and he's still doing the morning thing.
And DJ.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Did he tell you who got him on the air the first time?
Yes, he did. He mentioned your name.
Me.
Yeah, he did mention your name, actually.
Yeah.
So he's still doing it. He was telling me, getting up early in the morning, and once in a while, like if something will screw up while he's off, sometimes you got to go into the station. But most of the time you can fix it from home and stuff like that. But it was fascinating to hear him and hear you. I find the radio business it's a fascinating thing, but it's a fading art, of course.
It's different.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
I mean, like, and Mark come into it later than me. I mean, he interned with me when he was going to K100 when Mark Lee at that time had his radio course, and he interned at QDY for me when he was just a few years out of high school.
Yep.
And then when I came at the Tide and we were looking for an afternoon guy, I was the one that pressed to get him hired. But it was already changed. When he came in, you know, the computers were coming in, and they call it voice tracking.
Exactly.
And they automate. They don't say automation anymore. They call it voice tracking.
Yep.
Like that's supposed to sound better. You know, I mean, in terms of if you're losing a job or not.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, and who knows? I mean, even now, I bet if you ask Mark, because he's still in it, you know, what do you think it's going to be like in another decade?
Wow.
I mean, it's changing.
Yeah, with satellite radio is taking on another thing altogether.
And you've also got these these internet blogs where people can do their own thing on the internet and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's when you start dispersing like that, it's got to take from something.
Right.
And I mean, and radio really hasn't adapted itself.
Right.
It hasn't. I mean, it's either been swallowed up and then it's been changed to whatever's going on. But I mean, people say, well, I like to turn the radio on and get local news or whatever.
Which is one thing that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the St. Croix Courier is they provide a service that nobody else can provide.
See, that's only going to get you listeners for how long?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then what are you going to do the rest of it? So it makes it very hard. I mean, I know my former boss, Bill McVicker. I mean, I'm sure he'd tell you, it's a struggle every year.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you got to go and sell advertising dollars.
That's correct. And
people are saying, "Oh, how much traffic am I going to get because of the advertising on your radio?"
And advertising changed. Social media is big now.
Yeah,
you can hit a lot with social media.
Yeah,
right.
Wow.
And you know, it's just it's changed.
Well, Bill, we could go on for hours here, I think.
I know, I'm still trying to adjust to this guy being here.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I really appreciate
I like the outfit.
I really appreciate you taking the time. There's one last thing I want to have on here is there's a four-legged woman who has a dance studio.
Well,
and I was wondering if she could come and maybe kick your butt. I'd like to see the fight.
She could probably do it 4 different ways.
Anyway, that's another episode of The Mark Taylor Show. My guest has been Bill Conley. Please join in again next time. Thank you.